Welcome to Country Living in Greece. Please help this little channel get started by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. We really appreciate it. It's moving time. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. It is 8 p.m. I have not had any kind of break. Moving furniture. Finally getting this long-awaited, long-dreaded task out of the way. I moved all the furniture myself. My wife has, she just pulled her meniscus, I think it's called, about 6 weeks ago, and she's rehabbing. So, and I was expecting the driver, who's my friend Makis, and he is the son of Pavlos, the man who's helping me out with the building materials. Really great guy, but I was expecting that he had a helper with him. And I worked all day long, and I toted. And I can't believe we got all that stuff on that truck. Seriously, I cannot believe how much stuff. It was like Jenga. Tomorrow we're going to unload it, and I'm going to try to show you all the furniture as it's laid out on the property to see how much stuff fit in that little tiny truck. Here's hoping. That thing is heavy. We put every last thing I could get in there. We couldn't even fit the lampshades in. We're waiting for a ferry boat to take us to the main island of Aegion, and then from there we're going to catch another ferry to the Peloponnesus. Both ferries are late due to rough seas, so we're hoping they're both late because we've got about a 20-minute window between ferries to get the truck off and then load it onto the next ferry, and we know the one we're getting onto is late. Don't know is if the second one is going to be late. They've told us it will be. Believe it or not, my driver is 100% deaf, which is legal in Greece. Deaf people here are much more a normal part of society. You see a lot of people speaking sign language, which is great because, I mean, it baffles me how a guy can drive a truck and be responsible like that, but he's amazing. We have to communicate with sign language. Not sign language, the official one, but just hand signals. Hello, Maki. This is my driver. Says, yeah. This is Maki. He's the guy. Me and him alone. We did the whole thing. Getting here. Let's just hope we make the second boat. Seriously. Otherwise, we're stuck on the main island for the night. Alright, so here we are. We made it on the first boat. Truck and my driver. And keeping hope alive that we're going to make it to that second boat once we get to the first boat. There's a couple of things that I'd rather take personally. One, of course, being my e-bike, my fat bike. And the other being my sword. Forged in the Isle of Skye in Scotland by a good friend of mine who's an excellent swordsmith, Rob Miller. It bears my Norman name, Norman spelling, Laver, of my original family name. And on the blade, Vero nihil verius, which means nothing is truer than the truth. Never travel without your sword. You never know what you might encounter here in these crazy new days. So sadly, our worst fears have been realized, and the boat we were supposed to get on actually made it to the island and left earlier. So we lost it. We're stuck on the main island. Still got to get off the boat fast because everybody's late and they want to leave now. So here's the update. My driver and the truck are going to go all the way to Piraeus and do a huge loop around to get back to our original final destination, which is on the mainland, which is Methana Harbor, which gets us onto the Peloponnesus. I myself am going to go back. Well, I got to run. So I had to rush to get this thing as it was coming in. I didn't realize that the arrival was 2 minutes away from me buying the ticket. I'm safe and sound back on the original island. I think I'm going to wrap this episode up. Stay tuned for part 2 of this moving adventure.
Your likes, subscriptions, shares, and especially your comments mean the world to us.